passion, power in my chest. Every punch declares I'm striving for the best. Dodging through the shadows, letting every blow. Heavyweight dreams in the spotlight's glow. Whoa. I'm the king of the ring. I'm the king of the ring.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. I'm Jono, your host. It's fight week for this really interesting matchup between the Doncaster de la Hoya, the White Rhino, David Allen, and Arslanbek, the Lion Makmudov. So without further ado, let's check out these fighters. So, looking at Dave Allen, he is 24-7 with 2 draws. He's been stopped 4 times, and he has 19 KOs in his win column. He is 6'3". He's 33 years old. He has a 75-inch reach. So those are all the important little stats. Now, Dave Allen's career has been up and down all over the show. I mean, this dude has really great talent, but has had issues with motivation, mental health, the motivation to get himself in the right kind of shape to be competitive at world level. I mean, in my opinion, if this dude was properly trained and committed all the time, he's basically the next Derek Chisora. Really, except white. The White Rhino. Anyways, we'll get into his record. So we know he's coming off a knockout win over Johnny Fisher. Knocked him out in the 5th. The fight before that, on paper, says he lost it by split decision. That's horse shit. They won 5 rounds each. Clearly, Dave won 5, but he got a knockdown in that fight, so he should have won. But he didn't. It should have been 95-94 Allen. It is what it is. Before that, he was fighting who's who of kind of journeyman and small hall shows, all the way back to when he fought Fraser Clark like 4 fights ago. With that one, he'd sparred Fraser Clark plenty of times and was handling him, so Dave thought he didn't have to train. Oopsie! Fraser got behind the jab and he ended up stopping him in the 6th round of 10. That jab just wrecked Allen. He couldn't get by it. It's a pretty fast jab from Fraser Clark, and it's got a bit of power on it, so it is what it is. Before that, he fought another journeyman, not worth mentioning, a couple more journeymen. Oh, and a couple more journeymen. He did the small hall shows thing for a little while. There's a Dorian Darch fight. Some of y'all might know who Dorian Darch is. He stopped him in 3 rounds out of 6. It was easy work, but that was a comeback fight. After losing to David Price, he got stopped in the 10th round of 12 in that instance. And once again, it was the jab from a much bigger man. And we know David Price has a bit of power as well, so it was what it was. Before that was the best win of Dave Allen's career. He knocked Lucas Brown out with the body shot, and there ain't a lot else before that. He did lose to Tony Yoka. He got absolutely peeled back behind the jab again. Got stopped in the final round, the 10th round of that one. David Howe, Lenroy Thomas. He's fought Thomas twice, got a draw against him once and lost against him once. He wanted a 3rd fight against him, but Lenroy Thomas went and fought Joe Joyce. I believe that was Joe Joyce's pro debut, and lost to Joe Joyce, and then the shine went off that fight because he had a loss on his record, so It is what it is, right? Who else have we got here? Fought David Howe again. I'm sure he fought Dillian White as well. There it is. He fought Dillian White. And it went the distance, over 10 rounds. And this was the prime Dillian White, you know. This was back in 2016. So, and before that was Jason Gavin, and not really anyone else here that's worth mentioning, I don't think. Nah. So, Dave Allen has said multiple times on his YouTube channel, he had a few names to pick from, and he picked the most dangerous name, being Arslanbek Makmudov, to make sure that he is motivated. If he's scared, he's going to train properly because he might get hurt. So it's an interesting way of getting motivated, but shit, if it works for Dave Allen, do it. So let's look at Arslanbek the Lion Makmudov. He is 20-2. He has 13 knockouts on his win sheet. Both times he's lost, he's been stopped. He is 36 years of age, 6'5.5". No registered reach, but I'm guessing it's about 80 inches, somewhere there. Now, Makmudov is coming off a win against Ricardo Brown, Jamaican guy who was undefeated. He was not prepared. I mean, he was undefeated at 12-0, but he had fought absolutely nobody, Ricardo Brown. So before that was the second loss against Guido Vianello. TKO in the 8th round. Guido was on the jab. He's much faster. He's got good feet. And Makmudov got cut. And it got stopped on cuts. But Guido was well ahead in the fight anyway. Makmudov looks dangerous for the first couple of rounds quite often. Prior to that, he fought a guy, I don't know who the hell he is. It was a comeback fight after his other loss. Oh, Miljan Rovkanen, yeah, I know who he is. Journeyman level type guy, but he never had a chance. He got stopped in the second round. So prior to that was the Ajit Kabayel fight. Amazing performance and coming out party for Ajit Kabayel, that fight was. It only went 4 rounds before Makmudov got stopped. I heard some excuses that Makmudov broke his hand in the second round or something, but by that time he was already getting pieced up by this dude. He just had no answers for the fast hands, the tight guard of Ajit Kabayel, and the volume, particularly to the body. Makmudov isn't used to having people fight back at him because he's such a big bully and bulldozes everybody, but he got a hell of a fright when you started taking him to the liver, and it hurt. So he did get outclassed and beaten. You can claim the broken hand if you want, but I ain't buying that shit. This stuff happens in boxing. Everybody has adversity. You fight through it or you get beaten, and in this case he got beaten. So prior to that there was Junior Anthony Wright. That was a late replacement in Saudi. That was an absolute waste of time. But yeah, late replacement, you can't read too much into that. Before that was Rafael Ekbajuri, another unbeaten guy who had fought in absolutely nobody. He was 15-0 and he got stopped in 2 rounds. Michelle Wallace before that. I'm not even going to bother talking about him. Carlos Takam. Now, I believe this is the best win on Makmudov's record. It ended up a unanimous decision over 10, which is interesting because Carlos, he's a little bit older at the time, but he uses a lot of movement, a lot of pressure, not necessarily throwing a lot, but he uses distance as pressure. But I think he covered up too much and wasn't aggressive enough to make Makmudov respect him. And it was what it was. Unanimous decision win over 10 rounds, the best win of Makmudov's career. Before that, it's Marius Vak. I mean, hang him up, Marius. He's too old. Before that was Erkin Tepa, the old drug cheat. He stopped him in the first round. Not so much when he ain't on PEDs anymore, is he? And before that, we start getting into the lower ones like Pavel Sauer, like, oh, who the hell is that dude? Dylan Carmen. Yeah, I know Dylan Carmen. These Canadian guys, Samuel Peter, an old ancient Samuel Peter. He managed to stop him in the first round, so that tells you what kind of condition Samuel Peter's in. He used to be a beast. And yeah, I'm not even going to... Oh, there's Jonathan Rice there. That was actually a pretty decent win. He got him in 7 rounds. It's about... excuse me. It's about this time that Jonathan Rice changed his style from a back foot pick and poke guy to a bit more aggressive. I wouldn't actually mind seeing them fight again, depending what happens in this fight between Allen and Makmudov, of course. Avery Gibson, he's a tricky guy who fought in the WSB. Jason Bergman, he fought him as well. It's a guy Joseph Parker fought in Samoa in 35-degree heat. I mean, there's a few names there, but the ones that matter are the ones that we really know, as in Carlos Takam, as in Guido Vinello, as in Ajit Kabial. There was another name on there. It's half pie decent, but that's his record anyway. So let's get into what I think's going to happen in the fights. So in my opinion, there's only one real variable in this fight, and that's going to be how motivated and how good a shape is Dave Allen going to be in. Because we know exactly what we're going to get from Arslanbek Makmudov. Makmudov is going to be very dangerous in the first 3 rounds. He's going to come forward, he's going to try throw heavy punches. Now we know also Dave Allen, his style. He will cover up and not do a lot in the first 2 or 3 rounds. We've seen it time and time again with him. But at the same time, if he's going to do this, he's going to have to be very defensively minded, not just a high guard. He's still going to have to move his head, because even when you get hit with these big, wide punches from Makmudov, they still hurt through the guard. It would be smart for Dave Allen to, like I say, move his head, get off the line, and every time he blocks something or makes Makmudov miss, he's got to throw something heavy to the body. I've been watching him in his training videos. He's been working a lot on this left hook to the body. It's kind of a trait of his. That's what he stopped Lucas Brown with. But that overhand right, or the straighter right, both of those are going to be vital in this fight as well. I suspect Makmudov, once he gets tagged with a couple of shots to the body on the left-hand side, he's going to bring that hand down and think about trying to throw his right, but that's going to leave openings for Dave. But if Dave gets caught with something big by this guy, he's going to be like a fly on shit. He will swarm and throw wide punches until something hits or he blows his load. So I think it's in Dave's best interest to try and just poke a bit into the body when he can. Don't get hit with something too big for the first 3 rounds and let this guy wind down a bit. Let him blow his load a bit and then start throwing a little bit more to the body and bringing the rights over the top. Even a left hook upstairs sometimes would work, just to change it up a bit. You pretty much can guess my prediction from here. If it goes past 3, I'm giving Dave Allen a really good chance of winning this. But it's quite likely that he could get stopped within the 3 rounds. Now, I did look yesterday. The bookies have Makmudov as a slight favourite. I'm going to predict the round. I'm going to say Dave Allen, round 8, stoppage. I think he might put Makmudov down a couple of times. Makmudov's fairly tough. He's got a fairly decent chin. But once you break his soul, he'll get up a couple of times and then he won't bother getting up anymore. It's like, fuck this. So that's my prediction. I think Dave Allen's going to get him. Main reason being is Arslanbek Makmudov's jab is crap. It's crap. Now we've seen what David Price and Tony Yoka did to Dave Allen with a good jab. Makmudov hasn't got one and never has had a good jab. Not to mention, he telegraphs everything so bad you can see it coming from 3 weeks away. Now I see Dave Allen has been trying to get slimmer. I actually just watched a video of his this morning. He's talking about trying to get his abs looking good so he doesn't copy any slack from anybody. I left a comment, said, don't worry about getting slim, mate. Don't drain yourself. You're a fucking heavyweight. You don't have to make weight. You fight at your comfortable weight. You should be able to just train and your body will do what it's supposed to do as long as you're eating right and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's not about aesthetics, Dave. Shit. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Let us know your thoughts, your prediction, and we'll get some conversation going in the chat. Make sure, if you haven't already, to hit that thumbs up if you've liked the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. And also go and check out the Big Boys Boxing Discord server. The link is in the description. We do a lot of stuff over there. We watch fights over there. We drop news over there. There's plenty to do, so you get into it. And that's all from me today. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you.